Hello, and welcome to our series on the foundations and applications of distance education. Each of these short programs is designed to provide a concise introduction and overview to a single aspect of distance learning. Our series is funded by the federal government as part of the Iowa Distance Education Alliance, Iowa Star Schools Project. And throughout this series, we'll be taking advantage of the fiber optic technology of the Iowa Communications Network. Today's topic is the student's role in distance education. Just as in any classroom, the student has certain responsibilities. Participation, study skills, and contact with the teacher are important aspects in the learning process. So, how should the student handle these responsibilities at a distance? Here to give us a student's perspective is Dawn Rushinsky, a graduate student at Iowa State University. Dawn, I know you have some thoughts prepared, so why don't you begin?
Thanks, Dr. Johnson. I've really been looking forward to talking about distance education and how students can be more successful when they take classes from distance teachers. I'd like to talk about three things today. First, I'll explain what I believe are the advantages and disadvantages of taking distance courses from the student's point of view. Next, I'll describe some of the things students can do in classes to make it easier for them. Last, I'll suggest some outside of class responsibilities of learners, topics like homework and studying. Before I begin, though, I'd like to explain why I'm sitting here in the classroom rather than there at the teacher's podium. Students have found that it is possible to be actively involved, to speak and be seen the same way you can in a regular classroom. Different distance education systems with different hardware affect what the student does, but in all systems, it is possible for students to be involved in what happens in the classroom. First, let's talk about what many have found to be advantages of distance education. Most important are the opportunities to take courses that wouldn't have been offered otherwise. For instance, before distance education, when there weren't enough students in a school who wanted to take a course, the course just wasn't offered. With the completion of the Iowa Communications Network and more than 100 distance classrooms, enough students can usually be found and courses can be offered. Another advantage is that distance education offers students the opportunity to learn firsthand about other people, other places, and other things outside of their own community. Now, as great as distance education is, there are some challenges to being a distance student. First, it takes work. Maybe not more work, just a different kind of work. Students have to plan ahead more, they have to ask more questions, and be better organized too. It's the same for teachers as well. Another challenge of distance education is that students aren't used to learning this way. Many traditional classes don't use as much technology now. Most students like their distance classes very much, though sometimes they wish the classes were offered in their own school instead of over TV. As I said, the most important thing about distance education may be the opportunities it offers. And although distance education may have some disadvantages, it's like almost everything else in school and in life. Good things are worth the effort.